Hannah thought of the guys she'd gone out with, each of whom had fallen far short of the man opposite her. "No, I have had some boyfriends," she continued, "but I've never been serious about anyone. I didn't want any of them enough to sleep with them." Lucas frowned. "Are you saying that?" She cut him off. "I'm still a virgin, yes. I want you to be my first lover." "Lucas," she sat up and forward. "I know what you're afraid of. That I'll be emotionally invested. I won't. It's purely physical. I just want one night, Lucas, so I can let you go. We can get on with our lives." She stood up and put her napkin on the table. "I'm going up to the room now." Hannah walked away, head high, heart pounding. She'd laid down the gauntlet, and knowing how stubborn Lucas was, and how reluctant he was to blur the boundaries of any relationship they did or didn't have, she could very well have misjudged his ability to control himself. Hannah stood at the elevator doors. They opened. She stepped in. Alone. No sign of Lucas following her. Her insides plummeted. She'd made a spectacular fool of. Just as the doors were about to close, a hand stopped them, and they opened again. Lucas, looking a little wild. He stepped into the elevator without a word, eyes on Hannah, an intensity in his expression that she felt right down to her core. He pressed a button. The elevator ascended. He didn't take his eyes off hers. Hannah quivered inwardly. She felt as if she'd awoken a sleeping panther. And was she actually really ready for what she wanted so desperately? "Yes," said her body. Her mind was melting. The doors opened again and Lucas, still without saying a word, took her hand and led her to the door of their room, opening it with the card. Inside it was quiet, dark. Lucas let go of her hand and turned on some low lights. He came back and said, "If we're doing this, I want to see every inch of you." Hannah's legs nearly buckled on the spot. She wanted to see every inch of him too. He came and stood before her. He lifted a hand and traced the line of her jaw, then took a skein of her hair and let it run through his fingers. "You're beautiful," Lucas breathed. Suddenly Hannah felt a little insecure, self-conscious, imagining him saying those words to other lovers, women far more experienced and beautiful than her. Women who would be able to put the actions behind their big words. Maybe he felt sorry for her, lusting after him for all these years. Lucas tipped up her chin. "Hey, where are you going?" Hannah bit her lip, hating this weakness. "I don't. You're not just doing this out of pity." Lucas threw back his head and barked out a laugh. When he looked at Hannah again, his wide smile made him look years younger, less tortured. He shook his head. "No, Hannah, I'm not doing this because I pity you. I want you." "Okay then," she swallowed. "Good, because I want you too, and it has nothing to do with teenage crushes or—" Lucas stopped her words by covering her mouth with his, and Hannah's hands instinctively curled into his shirt to stay standing. She was consumed by heat and fire and a throbbing need, deep inside, between her legs. They kissed for long minutes, exploring and discovering, learning and shaping. Hannah's hands found Lucas's bare skin under his shirt. She explored his back and around to his front, where his abdominal muscles contracted under her fingers. She pulled back, breathing harshly, vision blurry. She blinked and he came back into focus. He was taking off his shirt. Hannah might have offered to do it, but she was too hungry to see him. And when he was revealed, he was magnificent. Broad chest, defined muscles, not a hint of excess flesh, golden skin, a smattering of hair across his chest and down, bisecting his abdominals before disappearing under the top of his jeans. Hannah looked down and gulped at the telltale bulge under the material. "Now, you," he said. "I want to see you."